Харе Кришна, Ом Агьянати Мирандасьям, Нангена Шалакаям, Чакшурумиритам Минам, Тасмайши Гураве Намаха. Шри Чайтanya Манобистам, Стъпите на Бутале, Свярупакадам Махям, Дадати Свападантикам. Вандехам Шри Гуру Шютапада Камалам, Шри Гурун Вешнивамшча. Ширупам Сагартам Сагна, Ракунатам Витам Тамсаджвам. С Двайтам Савадутам Париджана, Сахитам Кришна Чайтanya Девам, Ширада Кришна Падан Сагна Лолита Шивишакам Витамшча. Хей Кришна Каруна Синду, Дина Банду Чагатпате, Гопеша Гопика Канта, Рада Канта Намостуте. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisha Panusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakapatarupacha Kripasan Kupeva Chapatit Pavanebu Vishnavebu Namo Namaha. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktisiddhānta Swamiti Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktisiddhānta Swamiti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhaskatyada Shatarine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhaskatyada Shatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Śrīvasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Śrīvasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhara Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yamunatira Vanachara Jaya Kunja Vihara Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachaри Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yamunatira Vanachara Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Now I will again try to read from these beautiful books from the these very wonderful Vaishnavas. Jai Gaudiya Darsana, Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu, Jai Shri Narayana Maharaj, Jai Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākur Prabhupāda. This is, as you all know, a translation of a lecture, the first translation in English of a lecture of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākur Prabhupāda, with explanations, translation and explanations from Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu. I must see where I was the last time, just a moment. Yes, maybe, yes, I think I have reached this part the last time, page 90. Deliberation on four principles of Dharma Shastra in Tattva Shastra. Now, there's a citation from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 25, 120. Abhideya sadhana bhakti rashuna vichara sarvajana desakada dasata vyapti yara abhideya sadhana. Sorry, just a moment. Abhideya sadhana bhakti rasuda vichara sarvajana deshakala dashate vyaptiyara abhideya sadhana bhakti rashuna vichara sarvajana deshakala dashate vyaptiyara. Now please hear from me about the process of devotional service, which is applicable in any country, for any person, at all times, and in all circumstances. The next citation is the next verse, Madhya Lila 25, 121. Dharmadevi Shaye Chechari Vichara Sadhana Bhakti Chari Vicharera Para Dharma Divishaye Ye Chari Vichara Sadhana Bhakti Chari Vicharera Para. As far as religious principles are concerned, there is a consideration of the person, the country, the time, and the circumstance. In sadhana bhakti, however, there are no such considerations. Sadhana bhakti is transcendental to all such considerations. Just as in Dharma Shastra, there is deliberation on four principles, namely Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Similarly, in Tattva Shastra, the four principles Jnana, Vijnana, Tat Anga, its limbs, and Tat Rahasya, its mystery, have been analyzed. Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha are included within the category of standard worldly ethics, niti. However, the four principles of jnana, vijnana, tat anga, and tat rahasya are not included within worldly ethics. The first among these four principles is sadhana bhakti. Even this is superior in every way to the four principles of Dharma Shastra. The Abhidheya method of attainment. Sadhana Bhakti does not depend on the place, time, person, or the circumstances. Now there is a citation, a reference, which is actually the next verse. Madhya 25, 122, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sarvadesha Kaladasya Janera Kartavya Guru Pasha Sevakti Prashtavya Shrutavya Sarvadesha Kaladasya Janera Kartavya Guru Pasha Sevakti Prashtavya Shrutavya. It is the duty of living beings to engage in sadhana bhakti in all places, at all times, and in all circumstances. One should inquire about this sadhana bhakti from Sri Gurudeva, and one should hear his answers with great attentiveness. The next part has a title. Purushottama is Paratpara Tattva, transcendental reality. Why not Prakriti? Krishna is Purusha. The meaning of Purusha is who is not Strī. That is, for whom there is no obstruction or obligation, badya. Strī actually, these are the women, no? Something like this. Okay. Strī is the follower of Purusha. Strī is without shelter, anatta, and without strength, abala. And Purusha is the Lord, Nata, and the embodiment of the strength of Prakriti. The Shaktitva, potencyhood of Shakti, lies only in accepting subordination to Shaktimana, the potent. There is no independent Shaktitva in Shakti. Purusha is the enjoyer, and Strī is the enjoyed. Well, it is here not explicitly said that Strī are the women. It is not explicitly said, but it is said that actually. Yes, Purusha is the enjoyer, and Strī is the enjoyed. So, yes, I will continue the next time with the next parts. Jai Gaudiya Darsana, Jai Shri Prem Prayojana Prabhu, Jai Shri Naran Maharaj, Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda. Now I will try to read from the Gayatri book. Jai the Gayatri book. Jai His Holiness Sachinandana Swami. Jai His Divine Grace Abhaichar Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Now I must again see where exactly I was here. Just a moment. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is part 7 of chapter 4, a practical guideline. To conclude the chapter, we would like to offer our readers a 5-step plan for effective chanting of their Gayatri Japa. Choose a good sitting place in a peaceful environment. If you are living somewhere, it is advisable to always choose the same seat for chanting Nama and Mantra Japa. Also, consider the points made before about proper time, place, and posture. calm the mind and focus on what awaits you. By reciting these powerful mantras, you will be worshipping your spiritual master, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Srila Sanatana Goswami recommends making the mind peaceful by performing pranayama, breathing exercises. If you are not familiar with this intricate science, simply inhale and exhale deeply a few times. To fix the mind, you might also like to perform achamana, purification by sipping water, before you start your japa. Here is a simple guideline how to do Vaishnava achamana. Find the proper sitting place, asana. Then take an achamana patra, pot filled with water, and clean both hands by sprinkling them with water. Holding the achamana spoon in your left hand, pour a few drops into the right palm. While looking at the water, chant Om Keshavaya Namaha and then silently sip the water from the base of the right thumb the Brahma Tirtha. Repeat the same procedure while chanting Om Madhavaya Namaha. Repeat the same procedure while chanting Om Govindaya Namaha. Afterwards, then clean both hands with a few drops from the Achamana Patra. Now chant the following mantra from the Rigveda while folding your palms together in front of your heart. Om Tad Vishnu Paramapadam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Dviva Chakshuratmam Davip Praso Vipanyavaha. Vam Saha Samindate Vishnu Ya Paramam Padam. Just as those with ordinary vision see the sun rise in the sky, so the wise and learned devotees always see the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu, Krishna. Because those highly praiseworthy and spiritually awake Brahmanas can see that abode, they can also reveal it to others. Chant the Buddha city prayers and meditate on their meaning. And here is said, yes, we read about this already. It is on page 105, the Buddha city prayers before the Gayatri mantras, yes. So let's see again what are these prayers. Oh, yes, page 105. It's 105 Buddha City prayers. Yes, 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 yes. Buddha City prayers. Yes, Buddha City prayers. These were the prayers who remind us of our eternal spiritual identity and are therefore called the Buddha City prayers. Yes, this verse 1. I am by nature the eternal servant of Krishna. But because of my misfortune, I have been inimical toward him from time immemorial. Therefore, I have identified myself with my body and wandered continuously in the cycle of birth and death in the material world, suffering the burning threefold miseries. Now, as a result of some unimaginable good fortune, my spiritual master's mercy has enabled me to know that I am Krishna's eternal servant, an individual spiritual being completely apart from the gross and subtle body. So, by the order of my spiritual master, I have obtained the good fortune of serving his lotus feet and following in his footsteps. The lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Sri Radha Shyama Sundara. Verse 2. And yes, there's also verse 2 and verse 3. I have read them before, and you can read them also. If you order the book of Shananda Swami, the Gayatri book, you can read them from there and say them before the Gayatri mantras. Yes. Okay, now I'll continue to read where I am now. Let's see. Yes, just a moment. Yes. As an alternative to following the numerous rules and regulations, it is said one may simply follow a great soul's example. For example, even if one does not perform the Purascharana, ritualistic ceremonies for purification, he can become perfect in his chanting by serving his guru and following in his footsteps. This method is effective because by following a great soul, one comes to adopt his qualities. As bell metal becomes gold when treated with mercury. So a disciple takes on Vishnu's qualities by associating with his guru. This is very interesting here with this bell metal, which becomes gold when treated with mercury. Very interesting. I'm a chemist, but I must say, who knows? There is, for example, cold synthesis. How it is said in English, I don't know exactly. Yes, there is an electrolytical process which can be performed in laboratory, and it is possible. Of course, it is not very known for the publicity. Publicly, it is not very known about these experiments, about these achievements, but it exists. Cold synthesis exists. So let's see. So it is not just some example from an old book. It is reality, actually. Okay, let's see here. There is note 51, note number 51. Let's see. That's the last note about on chapter 4. These statements are from Hari Bhakti Vilasa 17 242 243. Okay. Yes. Yes. And now let us see. Now it seems I have finished chapter 4. I have finished to read chapter 4. Yes. Okay. And the next is chapter 5, the Bijas. I will continue with that the next time. Jai, the Gayatri book. Jai, His Holiness Sachinanda Swami. Jai, His Divine Grace. Bhajan Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Jai, a place of sandalwood and roses. Jai Srimati Govinda Dasi. Jai His Divine Grace Bhajan Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Chapter 21, A New Beginning. Less than a week after meeting the Swami, Bonnie and Garrett had gotten lucky and found a flat on Carl Street, only 2 blocks from the temple. Rentals near Golden Gate Park are hard to find, and they feel blessed. It is a bright and sunny place, with a big bay window overlooking a garden. A great improvement over their dismal attic near Market Street. Now they are only a 5-minute walk from Swamiji and the temple. The lighting in the Carl Street flat is excellent. Of course, she's a painter, so for a painter it is very important. An artist, a painter, artist, I mean, not a painter, an artist who draws, uh, uh, it is very important, the light. Yes, it is very important because not only one sees good what one is painting, but also when the light is falling, one can draw very good all the shadows. One can see very good all the shadows, and one can see some nice spots. For example, if you want to draw an apple and sun is falling on the apple through the window, and there could be very beautiful spots with different colors which you can see. It's not just only, for example, red and yellow and something like this, but also can be some other flats, some other beautiful, not flat, some other spots, beautiful spots you can see. Some even, I don't know, blue or something like this you can see, because the shadows, how they are uh, playing with the light, it's very, very beautiful. So it is very important for a person who is drawing, an artist. It is very important the light in the place where one draws. So she's appreciating the light, of course, because she's an artist. Both of them actually are artists. Uh, they draw. Yes. Um, yes. The lighting in the Carl Street flat is excellent. Bonnie and Garrett purchase a big 4x4 panel and begin to design the painting of Radha Krishna and the Surapi cow that the Swami has requested. Garrett reads Srimad Bhagavatam to Bonnie while she paints. Early morning chanting, Swamiji's classes, painting, and reading all day. Then evening class. This is their new life. They are happy. For the first time, they feel they are fulfilling their life's purpose. The day of their spiritual initiation arrives. Bonnie and Garrett bring the bananas, barley, sesame seeds, and butter they have both, and bunches of flowers freshly picked from the park. Nervously, they sit in the temple waiting for the Swami to arrive. A large pan of soil sits before them, and alongside it are small stacks of paper kindling paper cups of colored rice flour, paper cups of colored rice flour, red, yellow, blue, green, orange and white, sit beside the pen. Sorry, my English, I'm not so good actually. Cannot read so good, sorry. Large bowls of sesame seeds, pearl barley, and sweet-smelling ghee sit nearby. On a small plate are two sets of wooden neck beads, and two larger plates hold their big red wooden beads. Garrett and Bonnie had stayed up stringing those big beads the night before, carefully knotting the string between each bead, then dipping the crown bead in wax. It took over 3 hours. Bonnie clutches a large folded piece of cloth. Bonnie clutches a large folded piece of cloth that she purchased to be given as a gift to the Swami. Dakshina, it is called. Garrett sits cross-legged in his denim levis and jacket. Bonnie sits cross-legged in her beige paint-stained jeans. Both are clean, fresh-faced, and ready to start their new life. Bonnie eyes the wood kindling and pen of dirt. She had been to Girl Scout camp many times, and so is quite expert at building campfires. Thinking to help, she takes pieces of kindling and carefully builds a small teepee formation on the pen of dirt. Her idea is to save time for the Swami, since she has never before seen a fire sacrifice. She has no idea that this is incorrect. The Swami arrives, looking radiantly golden. He carefully removes his slippers just inside the back door. Everyone bows their heads to the floor. Hare Krishna, he says softly, then flicks on the light switch. He always turns on all the lights, Bonnie notes, even in daytime. The Swami offers his obeisances at the altar, then sits down across from Bonnie and Garrett. The pen of soil sits between them. He glances at the teepee formation of kindling, shakes his head slightly, and carefully removes each piece of wood, placing it again beside the pen. Bonnie's heart sinks. Oh well, she thinks. It was a good try anyway. Wrapping his sacred thread around his right thumb, The Swami softly recites the Gayatri mantra. His lips move almost imperceptibly as he offers obeisances first to the sun god. He indicates that everyone is to chant to the sun god. Why to the sun god? Okay. He indicates that everyone is to chant, and the room is suddenly buzzing with Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, as many voices mingle in a drone that resembles the sound of a large um, beehive. Then the Swami begins the mysterious ritual. He holds a spoon in his left hand and drops water 3 times into his right hand from a small metal cup. Each time he sips the water, he sips the water. Each time he sips the water, then places one more spoonful in his right hand and flicks it aside. He then hands the cup to Garrett, who attempts to repeat the simple procedure. Bonnie follows suit. The Swami then invokes the purificatory mantra. Try to repeat each word after me, he gently coaches. Om apavitru pavitrva, sevavashtam gatopiva, yasmarit pundarikaksha, sabhabyantara shuchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Bonnie struggles to pronounce the words. Garrett pronounces them almost perfectly. Already he has a knack for Sanskrit. Swamiji translates. The meaning of this verse is whether unpurified or purified, even having passed through all conditions of life, one who remembers the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is cleansed within and without. He repeats the mantra 3 times. Garrett and Bonnie parrot as best they can. It gets easier, she thinks. Then, looking directly at them, the Swami asks, so you understand our 4 restrictions. No meat, fish, or eggs, no illicit sex, no intoxications, no gambling. Do you agree to follow these 4 regulative principles? His bright eyes pierce their souls. Bonnie senses that he can see into her mind and heart, her past, present, and even her future. Yes, sir, Garrett responds with military proficiency. Bonnie is speechless. She nods, sorry, she nods and whispers hoarsely, yes, Swamiji. Then the Swami begins to speak. Yes, this initiation ceremony is the agreement between spiritual master and disciple. The disciple agrees to abide by the orders of the bona fide spiritual master, and the spiritual master agrees to bring him to Krishna. Again, he looks deep into their souls. People are suffering, although everyone is searching out happiness. Still, they are only suffering. Birth, old age, disease, and then death, and so many troubles and anxieties also. When one begins to question this suffering, that is the time to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Krishna is very kind. He's always he's always fulfilling our desires. If we want to forget him, he lets us. But if we begin to question why I am suffering, then out of kindness he will send the bona fide spiritual master. Krishna is present within the heart as a super soul, witnessing all our activities. He is the Paramatma, the goal of the yogis. We are Jivatma, tiny individual souls, fragments. So I will continue to read from the chapter further the next time. It's a long chapter. It's a little bit longer. So I will continue next time. Okay. Jai the book, a place of sandalwood, paste and roses. Jai Shrimati Govinda Dasi. Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Now I will try to read from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translations and explanations in English from His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. The next verse is Mati Lila 8:117.
Prabhu kahe lagi Haila matu nastana Si sabatat vavastu Haila moragane.
Translation. After hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Raya, that for which I have come to your residence has now become an object of truth in my knowledge. Next verse, Madhya 8, 118.
Hebe Sajanilu
Sandhya sadhana nirnaya
Akyara Chikichu
shunite manahaya. Translation. Now I have come to understand the sublime goal of life and the process of achieving it. Nevertheless, I think that there is something more ahead, and my mind is desiring to have it. The next verse, Madhya 8, 119.
Krishnira Swarupa Kaharadara Swarupa Rasakontatva Prema Kontatvarupa.
Kindly explain the transcendental features of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Also explain the truth of transcendental mellows and the transcendental form of love of Godhead. The next verse, 108, Madhya 8, 120.
Kripakari Tattva
Kahatamare
Tomavina Kehaya
Nirupitenare. Kindly explain all these truths to me, but for yourself. No one can ascertain them. Madhya 8, 121. The next verse.
Raya Kahehi Hami Kichuvina Jani Tumieka Seikahiyami Vani.
Sri Ramananda replied, I do not know anything about this. I simply vibrate the sound. You make me to speak. The next verse, Madhya 8, 122.
Tomara Shikshaya Padi Yena Shukhapata Sakshadishvara Tume Kepuja Tumaranata.
I simply repeat like a parrot whatever instructions you have given me. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, who can understand your dramatic performances. Next verse, Madhya 8, 123.
Hridaye Preranakara Jivaya kahavani kihaye balamanda kichuina jahane.
Translation. You inspire me within the heart and make me speak with the tongue. I do not know whether I'm speaking well or badly. The next verse, Madhya 8, 124.
Prabhupada mayavadi hamita sannyasi bhakti tattvana hijani mayavadi pasi.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I am a Mayavadi in the renounced order of life, and I do not even know what transcendental loving service to the Lord is. I simply float in the ocean of Mayavada philosophy. The next verse, Madhya 8, 125.
Sarvabhauma Sangemora Manani Malaila Krishna Bhakti Tattvaka Tahare Puchila.
Due to the association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, my mind became enlightened. Therefore, I asked him about the truths of transcendental loving service to Krishna. The next verse, Madhya 8, 126.
Teho kahe hamina hai Jani Krishna Kata
Sabbe Ramananda Jane Tenhuna Kieta. Translation. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told me, I do not actually know about the topics of Lord Krishna. They are all known only to Ramananda Raya, but he is not present here. The next verse, Madhya 8, 127. Tomaratani Ailana
Tomara Mahima Shunya
Tumi more stutikara
Sanyasi Janiya.
Translation. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. After hearing about your glories, I have come to your place, but you are offering me words of praise out of respect for a sannyasi, one in the renounced order of life. There is a purport now. Purport. Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākur explains that a mundane person, being enriched by mundane opulences, must always know that the transcendental opulences of the advanced devotees are far more important than the materialistic opulences of a person like himself. A materialistic person with material opulences should not be very proud or puffed up before a transcendental devotee. If one approaches a transcendental devotee on the strength of one's material heritage, opulence, education, and beauty, and does not offer respect to the advanced devotee of the Lord, the Vaishnava devotee may offer formal respects to such a materially puffed up person, but he may not deliver transcendental knowledge to him. Indeed, the devotee sees him as a non-Brahmana or Shudra. Such a puffed up person cannot understand the science of Krishna. A proud person is deceived in transcendental life and, despite having attained a human form, will again glide into hellish conditions. By his personal example, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains how one should be submissive and humble before a Vaishnava. Even though one may be situated on a high platform, such is the teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Acharya of the world, the supreme spiritual master and teacher. Next verse, Madhya 8, 128.
Kipa vipra kipa nyase Shudra kenenaya Yei Krishna tattvavata Say Guru Haya.
Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Shudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. Purport. This verse is very important to the Krishna consciousness movement. In his Amrita Pravada Bhasya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that one should not think that because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born a Brahmana and was situated in the topmost spiritual order as a sannyasi, it was improper for him to receive instructions from Srila Ramanandaraya, who belonged to the Shudra caste. To clarify this matter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Ramanandaraya that knowledge of Krishna consciousness is more important than caste. In the system of Varnashrama Dharma, there are various duties for the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Actually, the Brahmana is supposed to be the spiritual master of all other Varnas or classes. But as far as Krishna consciousness is concerned, everyone is capable of becoming a spiritual master because knowledge in Krishna consciousness is on the platform of the spirit soul. To spread Krishna consciousness, one need only be cognizant of the science of the spirit soul. It does not matter whether one is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Sannyasi, Grihastha, or whatever. If one simply understands this science, he can become a spiritual master. Oh, there's even more. Oh, this is a very long purport. Okay, I will read this. the next time. The purport I will read the next time, but I would like to read the next verse. Next verse is Madrila 108, 129.
Sannyasi bali amore nakari vanchana Krishna Radha Tadvakari Punakaramana.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, please try do not please Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, please do not try to cheat me, thinking of me as a learned sannyasi. Please satisfy my mind by just describing the truth of Radha and Krishna. So the next time I will continue to read the purport of the previous verse. Yes, and then I will continue to read the next verses. So we see how beautifully Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is playing the role of a devotee. As we all know, it is written also in Chaitanya Charitamrita that actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu um, is in his personality are Srimati Radhika and Shri Krishna, the divine couple, Srimati Radhika and Shri Krishna. They are together in the personality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita, also in other books, in other scriptures. It is written, and 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 um, and at the same time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he's playing the role of a devotee, and it is also written that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and also in lectures, one can hear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he is the Lord Krishna himself, but at the same time he plays the role of a devotee of the Lord. He is at the same time Lord Krishna himself, and at the same time he plays a role of a devotee. He's teaching us um, how to love God. And in the Shikshastaka, which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken in the 16th century, as you all know, in every verse he is teaching us how to love God. In every verse he is speaking. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he is speaking as if he is a devotee of the Lord, and he is speaking as a topmost pure devotee. He's speaking in separation from the Lord Krishna. He's crying in separation from the Lord Krishna. He's crying in love in separation from the Lord Krishna. because in his personality is also Srimati Radhika. And she's topmost pure devotee, which is explained in verse 10 of Shupadashamrita of Srila Rupa Goswami. So we see how in every verse of Shri Shikshastaka, the love of Srimati Radhika to Shri Krishna is expressed. Actually, the love of every other pure devotee of the Lord is expressed. But also the Madanaki Mahabhava, the highest love in all the worlds and all the times. The love of Srimati Radhika to Shri Krishna is also expressed in every verse of Shri Shikshastaka. Yes, and here in this verse 8, Madhila 8, 129, we see how the Lord Shri Krishna, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also showing himself as a devotee of the Lord. It is very inspiring and very interesting how the Lord is doing this. He's at the same time the Lord himself, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is at the same time the Lord Krishna himself. And at the same time, he's playing the Lord of a pure devotee. He's playing the role of a pure devotee to the Lord Krishna. And at the same time, in his personality, are Srimati Radhika and Sri Krishna together. For example, let us see verse uh, verse 4, for example. Nadam Jam Sundarim Kavitavajagdish Kumaye Mamayan Manyan Nishvare Pavatat Bhaktir Hai to Kitvi. Dam Jam Sundarim Kutenbajagdish Kumaye Mamayan Manyan Manishvare Pavatat Bhaktir Hai to Kitvi. Nadam Jam Sundarim Kavitavajagdish Kumaye Mamayan Manyan Manishvare Pavatat Bhaktir Hai to Kitvi. Dam Jan Sundarim Kavitavajagdish Kumaye Маман Маньян Нишре Павдат Bhaktir Ahai to Kitvi. O Lord, I don't need material knowledge expressed in poetical language. I don't need opulence. I don't need followers. I don't need family members. My only prayer is, O Lord, that life after life I will be able to serve you with unadulterated devotional service with yes, life after life I will serve you with unadulterated devotional service, with pure devotional service. So we see how a pure devotee does not need anything, which usually actually one could think in the material life as well, as something which is precious. But for a pure devotee of the Lord Krishna, all these things are not interesting. The pure devotee of the Lord just only wants to serve the Lord with pure devotional service, life after life. Yes. So now I will try to sing something, and then I will come to an end. Whatever I'm trying to say, you all know I'm not qualified on such topics like Vedic literature or Vedic poetry. I'm a chemist. I'm a doctor in chemistry, so uh, I'm a doctor in theoretical chemistry. So I'm not qualified in such topics like Vedic literature or bhakti yoga or um, explanations on Vedic literature. I'm not qualified on this topic. So if I try to say something, you must know I'm not trying to instruct anybody. I'm just only trying to understand those topics. Of course, I have to try to understand those topics under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha, Guru, and Shiksha Gurus, all of you who are Vaishnavas in uh, Raganuga Bhakti, and especially those who are Vaishnavas in Rupanuga Bhakti. You're all my Gurus. I pay obeisances to you, Dandavat Pranam, and I'm very thankful to all of you. Vanchakalpatarupascha Kripasnupeva Japatitnam Pavaneba Vishnaveva Namo Namaha. Now I would like to try to sing a song. Where was this?
Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radha, Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radha, Jaya Deva Pranadana, Jaya Deva Pranadana, Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radha, Jaya Radha Madana Gopala, Radha Madana Gopala Radha, Sita Nate Pranadana, Sita Nate Pranadana, Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Radha, Rupa Goswami Pranadana, Jaya Radha Madana Mohana, Radha Madana Mohana Radha Sanatane Pranadana Jaya Radha Gopinatha, Radha Gopinatha Radha Madhu Pandita Pranadana, Madhu Pandita Pranadana, Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara Radha, Jiva Goswami Pranadana, Jiva Goswami Pranadana, Jaya Radha Ramana, Radha Ramana Radha, Gopa Bhate Pranadana, Gopala Bhate Pranadana, Jaya Radha Vinoda, Radha Vinoda Radha, Lokanatha Pranadana, Lokanatha Pranadana. Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Vishwanatha Pramadana Vishwanath Pranadana Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radha Dasa Goswami Pranadana Dasa Goswami Pranadana He Jaya Radha Shyama Sundara Radha Shyama Sundara Radha Shyamanande Pranadana Shyamanande Pranadana Jaya Radha Kanta Radha Radha Kanta Radha Vikrishwara Pranadana Vikrishwara Pranadana Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Radhe Prabhupada Pranada Prabhupada Pranadana Jaya Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Keshav Goswami Pranadana Kesha Goswami Pranadana He Jaya Radha Raman Bihari Radha Raman Bihari Radha Narayana Goswami Pranadana Pranadana He Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The translation of this song. All glories to Radha Madhava, the treasure of Sri Jadeva Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Madana Gopala, the treasure of Sri Advaita Acharya's heart. All glories to Radha Govinda, the treasure of Sri Rupa Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Madana Mohana, the treasure of Sri Sanatana Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Gopinatha, the treasure of Sri Madhu Pandita's heart. All glories to Radha Damodara, the treasure of Sri Jiva Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Ramana, the treasure of Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Vinoda, the treasure of Sri Lokanatha Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Gokulananda, the treasure of Sri Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur's heart. All glories to Radha Giridhari, the treasure of Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami's heart. All glories to Radha Shyama Sundara, the treasure of Sri Shyamananda Prabhu's heart. All glories to Radha Kanta, the treasure of Sri Vakreshvara Pandita's heart. All glories to Gandharva Giridhari, the treasure of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Goswami, Prabhupāda's heart. All glories to Radha Vinoda Bihari, the treasure of Śrīla Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Goswami's heart. Yesterday was his appearance day. Jai, Śrīla Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Goswami Maharaj. All glories to Radha Ramana Bihari, the treasure of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami's heart. Namaste Narasihaya, Namaste Narasihaya, Pralada Lada Daine, Pralada Lada Daine, Hiranyakashipu Vaksha, Hiranyakashipu Vaksha, Śrīla. Just a moment. This. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Pralada Lada Daine, Pralada Lada Daine, Hiranyakashipu Vaksha, Hiranyakashipu Vaksha, Śrīla Tankanakalaye, Śrīla Tankanakalaye, Itondrishimho Paratondrishimho, Itondrishimho Paratondrishimho, Yato Yato Yamitotondrishimho, Yato Yato Yamitotondrishimho, Bahir Nishimo, Hridaye Nishimo, Bahir Nishimo, Hridaye Nishimo, Nrishimha Madim Sharanya Prapade, Nrishimha Madim Sharanya Prapade, Tava Karakamalavare, Naka Aputa Shringa, Dalita Hiranyakashipu, Tanu Bringa, Keshavadrita, Narahari Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Hare, 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 Nrishimha Jai Nrishimha Jaya Jai Nrishimha Dev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa, Nrishimha Jai Nrishimha Jaya Jai Nrishimha Dev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa, Nrishimha Jai Nrishimha Jaya Jai Nrishimha Dev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa, Nrishimha Jai Nrishimha Jaya Jai Nrishimha Dev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa. Nrishimha Dev Jaya, Nrishimha Dev Jaya, Nrishimha Dev Jaya, Nrishimha Dev Jaya, Prahlad Nrishimha, Prahlad Nrishimha, Prahlad Nrishimha Jaya, Prahlad Nrishimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrishimha, Lakshmi Nrishimha, Lakshmi Nrishimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrishimha Jaya, Lakshmi Nrishimha, Lakshmi Nrishimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrsimha Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Shri Shri Gaurita Jaya Gauranita 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 Jaya Shri Shri Gaurita Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Gokulananda Radha Gopinath Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Gopinath Radha Gokulananda Radhe Shyam Jaya Gurudev 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Śrīla Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Śrīla Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your attention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakapadrupacha kripasnhupe vajapatidnam pavanebu Vishnavebhu Namo Namaha.